So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you watch this video. So, basically, this is actually a first. I keep saying that everything is a first because we have to experience things, on a first time basis. So this one is the first basically of what I call on the road vlogs. And it's a different one though, because a couple of weeks back I did hit a snag. Basically, I went down where I actually had to do an operation, which was a first. So basically, this is what this vlog is going to be about, and also my experiences. So I had to do what's called the functional endoscopic sinus surgery, or FES. So basically, this is where, for example, let's actually start at the beginning. So, for quite a long time, actually, throughout my life, is that I've experienced like when it comes to breathing, kind of problems. So I'll be sitting down and I'll be breathing, and the people that I'm sitting next to, they're like, "Why are you breathing so loudly as if you're out of breath?" And for me, it actually felt quite normal. Technically, actually, funny enough, it was not normal. And then it just became worse and worse. And currently, at the time of recording this video, which is I think the 3rd of July, 2023, it's actually winter in SA. So now my sinuses started acting up quite a lot. But this was early around March, April. So I decided, hey, I need to actually see an ENT, or ear, nose, and throat specialist. And while I was searching for one, I found one, Dr. Raphael Mlauzi, who I would definitely recommend in Cape Town. That guy is quite amazing, very knowledgeable, basically. So I went to him first. And then when his first diagnosis was that I actually have some nasal polyps, which are literally some growths which grow inside your nose. And so basically, and then he gave me medication and he says, okay, let's try this. It was a different nasal steroids to what you call this thing, and also it was antibiotics to actually try and clear the infection, and of which actually they worked, but temporarily. Then in April I went to see him again because I had to do a follow-up session with him. So now when then he discovered actually there's quite a lot more polyps than he initially saw when he put the scope inside me. And then it's like, okay, he recommended that I have to go for surgery. Then surgery was booked for last month, June. So now, I was actually I didn't actually even think about it, whether I was nervous or whether I was going to be not afterwards. But I decided, you know what, let me just not pay attention to it until the day came. So basically, it was on a Sunday. So the Sunday, the 18th of July, that's when I was actually back at home for Father's Day. I had a Father's Day event with my son, and then I had to drive back to Cape Town. And then, as per instructions before my surgery, basically, I was told that I need not to eat or drink anything after 8 p.m. The night before, which was on a Sunday. So I was booked in for 10 a.m. in the morning. So, okay, I didn't eat, I didn't drink anything. Then I went down for my appointment, which was at 10 in the morning. So I got there and then met the doctor, and then I was showed, and then they booked me in, first of all. So this was at Melomed in Belleville. It was literally my first time, I think, as an adult actually experiencing hospital. I was not sure what to expect, but let me say, if my expectations were here of hospitals, Melomed Belleville took it up here, or even beyond the frame. Basically, from when I got to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, I went to the receptionist and I told, okay, I'm there for Dr. Mlauzi for booking. So first of all, I was given parking to come park my car. Like, oh, nice, thank you. And then I had a porter actually who showed me where to go. So they took me to upstairs where basically the surgery room was. So when I got there, they told me, okay, they're gonna book a bed and a room. So I'm like, oh, okay, nice. I went there. Then I was told, okay, I'm gonna wait. And then they said the surgery will begin at around 2 p.m. So you can imagine that I haven't eaten since 8 p.m. the previous evening. So I was like, okay, because also I've been doing quite a lot of what I call intermittent fasting, so which kind of actually did help a bit because I literally completely forgot about food. And then as 2 p.m. came, then I was informed again, before 2 p.m. actually, that there are two emergency, what you call operations that are being done in theater. So then now my operation has been scheduled for 7 p.m. Like, okay, more waiting. So again, I asked her, because the thing is I didn't bring a charger or anything for my mobile phone. So, oh, by the way, the hospital also provided me with Wi-Fi password, which was, I didn't even know that they actually do that, but it was fun. So I didn't feel much. Then I took a nap, and then I was woken up, I think it was about 6:45 in the evening, and literally I was told that it's time. So I had to go shower basically, and then I had to use antiseptic soap basically before the surgery. And then from there on, had to lay in my bed, and then I was rolled into the waiting room before the theater. So I've always seen like those people being wheeled, and I was like, oh, this is actually quite interesting that I'm one of those people that have been wheeled in to that room. So as I was being wheeled in onto the theater, I was met by Dr. Kift, who's the anaesthesiologist there at the time at Melamed Belleville. So he's the person who actually made me quite more calm than I was, because he set me down and then he told me every single step of what was going to happen. Basically, and also how am I feeling, have I eaten, and all those things, what kind of medication that I've been using previously. And then he told me basically step by step what's going to happen, which I'm like, oh, okay. That made me a bit more calm. And then he went into the theater to prepare the room. Then my Dr. Mlauzi came through, and then they started administering the IV, or what we call in SA a drip, basically on my left arm. So again, I haven't had that. It was the first time actually experiencing it. I'm used to donating blood, which they usually use the bigger, the bigger vein here. But now I actually had to contend with a smaller needle going through here, which actually was it was not painful, it was just there. And then afterwards, then I went into the theater again. Now, when you get to the theater, then they need to transfer you now from your nice big single bed onto a very tiny, narrow bed. So I was afraid, oh, flip, what if I fall over? Because it was like, oh, this is so tiny. So as you sit there, obviously you can see now all the lights and monitors. And then from there, it just gets crazy. And it's basically what I called an organized, actually it is an organized chaos, because now everyone who's doing everything. So from the assistants basically are taking your blood pressure. So if people are taking your blood pressure, and then if the anesthesiologist basically connecting the pipes, so they're connecting the IVs and everything, and then they had to put in the I forgot what they call it actually, those body contacts, basically to monitor your vitals on my chest and also on my head. And then from there on, I was told, okay, now it's about time, it's about to start. So previously I was told that it was going to take around about 40 minutes for them to complete. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. First of all, I don't know how pure oxygen literally feels like. I've never had an operation before, so everything was quite new. So then they did what they called, I think it's called the pre-oxygenation before, where they'll put in the mask and then you'll breathe in and out basically the pure oxygen. So as you're breathing out, then again, Dr. Kift then informed me, okay, now they're about to administer basically the thing is called propofol, yeah, if I'm correct. So as they administer it, first of all, I went into a bit of a panic, because my arm started feeling warm and then hot. And then I remember as I was about to scream like, this thing is painful, I was lights out. And then, yeah, the operation happened. And then all I remember when I woke up, basically all I was feeling was something like this: hello, Mr. Nteya, hello, Mr. Nteya. And then I opened my eyes, and then I could still feel, because the thing at the time, they still had the tube. So also again, when you actually can go on YouTube and search basically how basically when you put under general anesthesia, how the whole thing happens. So I had a tube, and then because they've operated in my nose, they also did put these 2 nasal tampons inside. So when I woke up, even though there was still oxygen flowing through, for me, I was trying to breathe normally and I couldn't. And then I went into a bit of a panic. And then I remember saying that, I can't breathe. And also I'm in so much pain because I could feel like my nose, it was as if someone literally had an ice pack stuck on my nose. That's how like painful it was. And then by that time, they were wheeling me back to my ward, and then they connected me to the IV. And then I think they also administered some painkillers, because as I was trying to everything, I was waking up, closing my eyes, waking up and closing my eyes, and then eventually I passed out. Then all I remember, very vaguely, was a nurse. She kept coming through to take my blood pressures, and then they will ask me if I need anything. And then also, at the time, funny enough, I actually needed to basically release some water, even though I haven't drank anything for almost over a day. Then I realized, oh, flip, how is this going to happen? Because now I couldn't move because I had mask and everything. I had this basically, they call it douche or something on my nose. So I couldn't move most of my head. So then, they literally assist you with basically with peeing or releasing water. So they helped me with that. And then now it came, so it was around when I woke up like fully, but I was still feeling under the anesthesia. Was around 4. So basically the whole entire surgery started from 7 p.m. and then they finished the thing at about 15 or 16 minutes past 10 in the evening. So in the morning, Dr. Mlauzi came through, and then that's when he informed me that they actually did 2 surgeries in one. So they removed the polyps, and then they saw that I had a deviated nasal septum. So on my right hand side, basically the bone was kind of skewed. So that's why actually I couldn't breathe normally. So then they straightened that one out. So that's why it actually took longer. But I didn't feel anything, and I don't even remember whether I was dreaming or not. For me, it was very quick, literally. That's how quick time passed because of basically the drug that was used. So he came in the morning, and then he explained basically what happened during the procedure, and then he was checking basically how my nose looks like. So from then he said, okay, because he saw that actually the douche that was on my thing was drying up. So then he said, okay, he's going to remove the nasal tampons. I didn't realize how massive those things are. Literally the size of my index finger. So 2 of those inside my nose. So then he will peel off basically the nose, and then from peeling off the nose, and then he will pull them out. And then once he pulls them out, one by one, and it's flipping, it like stings. It's a bit of like like a tingling pain that you feel. So he pulls one of each nose, and then the tubular falls literally came. Literally, it was like blood coming out, especially at first, like kind of non-stop, and then eventually it dries up, it quickly stops, and then they put again this douche that if you can see on this picture right here. So basically this is just to collect all the blood, and I think after actually removed the nasal tampons, I literally used 2 of them in a space of less than an hour. That's how much blood was coming out, but then eventually it stopped a bit. Afterwards then he did tell me that I was recovering a little bit quicker, so then I could be released to go home in that afternoon, which was, I think it was around after 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So in the meantime, then now the hospital staff was trying to feed me as much as possible. But the most interesting part is, like how they're very careful basically with the amount of like calories or whatever that someone that needs to have. So as I was eating, the nurse was literally ticking, okay, I ate this and this and this and that. So apparently this was on their schedule. So again, a big shout out to Melamed Kitchen Stuff, Belleville. Great food. Never said I would say hospital food tastes good, but it definitely did. Yeah, so then after I was released at the hospital, then I was also been booked off for 2 weeks off work to try and recover, because part of the medication that I was given literally was making me sleepy. So literally for the past 2 weeks, I've had the best rest ever because I'll spend most of it just sleeping. And then the pain also started dying down very quickly. I did have, I think, one or two random nosebleeds, but then after a while, what I've been doing is that I'm using basically. Actually, let me show you. Salix has been my best friend literally for the past 2 weeks. So basically, I use this saline sachets with a few drops in a bottle like this. And so definitely you're just basically cleaning and cleansing your nasals. So 200 mils of like lukewarm water, and then you spray on one side, and then for the first week actually, it was literally the most disgusting things I've ever seen coming out of anyone's nose, but basically it was my nose. So because you had like blood clots and everything that was inside, and also now because my sinuses were open, so it was literally cleaning everything. So on the second week, then everything was a bit much cleaner, which was great, because now it was basically, I was feeling much better. And also the plus side of it, something that I didn't know I was suffering from, that my sense of smell was very poor before. I thought I could smell, but sometimes I wouldn't smell so many things. But now I could smell literally every scent that I can, that is out there. Like where I'm like, oh, my neighbors are cooking some nice food today. Oh, what's that smell? Like even the bad ones. Okay, the bad ones I'm not so happy about, but yeah, now I could smell. And then my breathing basically, it's quite good. I can breathe well now, and I have less congestion. So another thing that used to be bad a lot for me was that in the evenings, like especially from as soon as the sun set till the next morning, I would feel like I have permanent flu, where literally I cannot use my nose at all. I have to use my mouth for breathing. Of which came in handy, because when I had those nasal tampons, I had to use my mouth to breathe. At first it was a bit tough, like where you have to literally just breathe, and then I completely forgot about it, that I was actually using my mouth to breathe. And so some of the rules basically that are there, that I'm also still practicing, that I'm not allowed to blow my nose because I could rupture some of like literally the nasal veins and stuff. So I haven't been doing that. So again, that's where Salix has been literally my best friend, to literally help me clear whatever that's on my nose. Also now when I'm sneezing, I can't just sneeze and hold it in. I need to use my mouth more to sneeze. So afterwards, then today, before actually the recording of this video, so I had a follow-up appointment. Now this is literally 2 weeks now, to my appointment, because time is, oh, look at that, time is actually, it's 18:49. So literally 2 weeks ago, around this time, I was wheeled into the theater. So now today, so then Dr. Mlauzi was doing another checkup, basically to see how my nose was doing. So then he was removing some of like literally the crust and everything that was still left inside my nose. I'd say I felt pressure, and it was a bit painful, but yeah, he was also very like gentle and stuff, but my nose is not used to that. But now I'm feeling great. And yeah, I can't wait actually now to do quite a lot of these more videos actually for you on the road. I've literally so many plans that are coming up, especially for the channel. Also, so on the 18th of August, please, the date, that's actually on my birthday. So basically now what I'm trying to achieve by my birthday, is to have at least 100 subscribers. So I'm currently sitting on 85 subscribers, so 15 more to go, with over a month to go. So that's why then I need to make sure that I produce again good quality content. So I'd like actually to ask you guys who actually spend your precious time watching these videos, basically, what more would you like basically to come from me, basically content wise. Do you also like this kind of vlogs, basically, that I'm doing like this, where basically I don't have any script, I'm just talking out of the cuff about certain topics, which actually I don't mind doing that. I'll actually try and do quite a lot more of these actually. And then I'll also be trying to produce also some nice shorts from you, like some very quick content, basically also around Cape Town. And then also, if I do also travel around, I'll also try and capture more of that. But yeah, that's literally basically it. Now I'm back up. I was down, but now I'm back up, and I'm ready basically to be again on the road with Rwanda. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much again for watching. Please don't forget just to give a like and a subscribe basically to the videos. Yeah, they do help a lot. And again, just I've seen actually that at least like 90, almost actually 98% of the people who are watching my videos are actually not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, I'd actually definitely like you. It's quick and easy, just 2 seconds for you just to click the subscribe and like. Basically it helps a lot, because then it helps with the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people, basically, who might also like and enjoy this content. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video, especially if you've reached the end of it. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one, and on the road with Rwanda.